This is a very good morning for all of us. We are very much honored and privileged to be with you, all people on call. This is really a wonderful day which we need to thank God for. At this moment, allow me, before we really do anything or we proceed with our program, let's request the chaplain or the reverend to give us a word of prayer so that we can begin our journey today. Over to you, the chaplain. If he's not on call, may I request Mr. Diaz Kadugala to play the role so that we can begin our today's session.
Okay, thank you so much, our host. Ladies and gentlemen on call, let's humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Father, in the name of Jesus, the creator of heaven and earth and everything that there is, we really want to praise your name and glorify your name this morning for enabling us to witness another beautiful morning. We thank you, Father, for that true love. We want to commit into your hands this morning discussion, the meeting that we are going to have. May you send the Holy Spirit to be amidst our discussions so that we are able to take something out of this. I've prayed all this, believing in the name of the Jesus, the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. And everybody says, Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Diaz Kadugala, for that wonderful prayer. At this time, I want to once again, I'm Dr. Mhumza Benon from Makerere University Business School in the Department of Marketing and Management. And I'm the one so far hosting you in this morning session of Tuesday, as always. Allow me at this particular time or this moment, first of all, as you're aware that this is Makerere University Business School, but regional campus in Mbarara, I'd once again want to request Diaz Kadugala briefly to give us the background about MUB's Mbarara Regional Campus briefly, so that we proceed to our intended items tonight, so that we really go on well. Briefly, Kadugala, over to you. Give us a brief about MUB's Mbarara Regional Campus.
Okay, thank you so much, our host, Dr. Benon Mhumza. Just as he has said, my name is Diaz Kadugala, and I work with MUB's Mbarara campus. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings from Makerere University Business School, Mbarara campus. We really appreciate you and continue to thank you for being with us every Tuesday morning, where we are discussing issues that greatly impact on our lives and our day-to-day business operations. I have been given a simple task to introduce to you what MUB's Mbarara campus is all about, what we do, and where we are. MUB's Mbarara campus is one of the 4 regional campuses of MUB's. MUB's has 4 regional campuses. One is in Arua, another one is in Mbale, another one Jinja, and this one of MUB of Mbarara. Here where we are in the heart of Mbarara city. We are located in the premises of Mbarara District Local Government, situated or located on this historical and traditional hill of Kamukuzi. You can access through the road, or you can access our campus via Kavale Road, Red Corner, along Ishaka, Bushenyi, Kasese Road, and then you will be here with us. MUB's Mbarara campus, just like our mother institution that was given a mandate to standardize and professionalize the quality of our teaching in the areas of business and management education in this country, we are equally doing the same. We have quite a number of programs that we teach, ranging from a certificate up to the master level. Indeed, we are a university, or call it an educational institution, accredited by National Council for Higher Education to run as a university campus. So we teach 2 certificate programs. One is for 1 year, and another one is for 2 years. We teach 2 diploma programs, business administration and accounting and finance. And we also teach about 5 degree programs. I am not going to mention them here, but later I will be typing them in the chat. We also run master's programs. That is our premier MBA and Masters of Science in Supply Chain Management. As we speak, we began our academic year on Monday, and the semester is running. In terms, we have affordable rates. Indeed, if I'm not mistaken, we are the cheapest in this region. And no wonder we are a government institution. So our diploma, degree, and certificate programs, our tuition is very affordable. And on top of that, as I end, MOOB's main campus, Council on Operations of Management, they took a bold decision that every student that will enroll on one of our programs in MOOB's campus was given a tuition waiver. I call it a of close to 40%. For example, if you are doing Bachelor of Commerce and you are at main campus in Nakawa, and you are paying 1.5 tuition or 1.48, the student who is at MOOB's Mbarara campus pays only 1,001,000. So you can see that difference. So that was the bursary or the tuition waiver our council gave to our students and parents for your children who are here. I have used about 3-4 minutes, and Mr. Host, let me end here. Next time when I'm given an opportunity, I will talk about the benefits and why MOOB's Mbarara campus. Allow me end here and wish everyone a very fruitful discussion, and may God bless all of you. Back to our host.
Thank you so much, Deas Kadugara. As I said earlier, this is a very wonderful day. Allow me first of all, sincerely to remind you of our theme. It's about business resilience, the focal point of the business school. And we are trying to understand how do we perfect this journey of business resilience or business sustainability. And this morning, we are very much privileged and honored actually to have one of our guest speaker, Brigadier General Felix Kulayigye, one of the seasoned personnel from the Uganda People's Defense Forces. And you know, as we teach the business, we blend in strategy. And today, I think we are very much honored to have him so that he can really share with us his own experience in regard to the mindset. As you will see, the topic tonight or today is the mindset as a key factor in business sustainability. And allow me once again to recognize Professor Barunywa, the principal, Makerere University Business School, he's on call, and the mentor and the brain behind almost all the business setups, all business school theoretical approaches, will also be bringing us into the theoretical framework of the concept or the mindset as a key factor in propelling the business sustainability. But as per now, let me invite our director, MOOB's Mbarara Regional Campus, Pontius Byarugaba, to invite for us the keynote speaker, Professor Barunywa, so that he highlights for us the theoretical framework about the mindset as a key factor in order to sustain our businesses or to perfect them so that we go further, especially after this outbreak or the COVID pandemic that really shocked all nations across the world. Pontius Byarugaba, over to you, please. Invite for us the keynote speaker to highlight or to give us a theoretical framework on how to go the road about the mindset as a key factor in business sustainability. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Benon. Thank you, everyone who has joined us this morning to share knowledge. You know, in the business school, we generate knowledge. In the university, we generate knowledge. So it is important that we bring ourselves together so that we can share knowledge about business. Today, we have been joined by very many important people to discuss this topic. As usual, we are always having our mentor, Professor Barunwa, who is always on call, and I encourage you to listen attentively, especially with this topic of mindset change. It is a very big problem in this country. We have very many people who are fixed to what they have and they don't want to change. There are very many people who are in a box. They don't want to come out of this box and look outside the box to see what is there. And we today have Brigadier Felix, Brigadier General Felix. You are welcome today to join Mbarara campus. In Mbarara campus, we are meant to extend services to the people, and we have done it. We have generated human capital to the Western region. I can proudly say that we have very many graduates in Mbarara, in Kasese, in Kabale, in these districts of the region. Actually, even in the whole of this country, our graduates are spread in very many places, doing some good work to make sure that we bring this country to where it is supposed to be. Yesterday, on Sunday, I attentively listened to the president, and he left a question to the heads of states, African states. But I think it also affects us, especially who generate knowledge. And the question he asked is, do we have professors of economics in Africa? So it is in these institutions, in these universities, which should start thinking about creating the human capital that is supposed to be changing this country and moving it to where it should be. Perhaps maybe you will join me to put your heads together so that we can be able to answer this question and make sure that we provide the knowledge that is relevant to develop this country. We can't remain blaming, the colonialists. These are 60 years ever since they went away, and we are generating brains. So these brains, if we don't change our mindset, we shall remain the way we are. We shall keep on blaming. We shall always, complaining, lamenting. But we are very busy creating knowledge. And I thank Professor Barunwa for engineering the business school to create very many professors in business. We didn't have any. I was looking through the number of professors, number of PhDs that we have. It is in the year 2017, 2019, when we had the highest number of graduates of PhD in the business, and we have around 17 of them. It was a very good harvest. And in between 2010 and 2020, we have been able to create around 60 PhDs in this country. So we needed to change again our mindset so that we can be able to answer the question which the president asked on Sunday, and be able to join him so that we can be able to push this country to the higher level. With those few remarks, I want to call upon Professor Barunwa, who is on call. As usual, you always theoretically tune us into what business resilience is all about, and particularly with the topic of today of mindset change. We welcome you, Professor Barunwa, to share knowledge with us. Thank you so much. Welcome.
Thank you very much, our director, Mr. Pontius Byarugaba. Thank you so much for the invitation. I would like to thank my brother, Brigadier General, for being with us this morning. You may wish to know that we have engaged the Brigadier in numerous engagements, and he's always good at what he does. So I know that from the call this morning is going to be very refreshing as you listen to him. Felix, thank you so much for agreeing to be with us on numerous events and passing on that knowledge, especially to the young people. The Mbara campus, thank you for keeping the light going. While COVID-19 was some kind of a curse to us, in a sense, it created new opportunities for us, and today we are able to be to listen to various views about various things and learn, because it gave us an opportunity to do things online. And imagine, you may recall people in Mbarara, when we wanted to do something, we had to physically come there. But I am in Mbarara every Tuesday morning because of this. So we are harnessing technology while harnessing knowledge and distributing knowledge. This is very, very important. This morning we have two major issues. One is mindset, and of course the other is business sustainability. The concept of business means that you go out to start a business to make profit, and as you make profit, it is said in economics, a business that does not make profit in the long run will definitely close. So how do you continue to make that profit so that you are able to survive and live? You are able to make profit by being able to offer a wonderful product that is well priced and being able to harness technology and use it in your activities. So sustainability is you are competitive, you are able to make the profit, you are able to use technology to sustain your activities, you understand the market well, you are able to solve problems to do with the tax, you are liquid. But the question which lingers on the minds of many, especially those who are experts in this, like Brigadier General, is do we have the right mindset as Africans, as Ugandans? And I think this is where there is a challenge. The traditional society evolved, and it was similar in all countries, that people used to produce for their own self-consumption. So as they produced for self-consumption, they didn't really mind much going overproducing or producing so much that would take them to the market. However, society has been changing. Society has been changing in the sense that today you have to be able to sell something to be able to get services. So the question that we need to ask ourselves is, have we adopted as Ugandans, as Africans, have we adopted? And the answer is no. 80% of our people live in rural areas and produce mainly for self-consumption. That means that we've not joined the mainstream economy. That means that we still have that mindset of producing for self-consumption. And to be able to break through that, we must be able to learn that we should be able to join the modern society, join the modern economy by producing something that you can sell that is of value. You want to pay for education, don't go to your brother in town. Produce more, have high levels of productivity, produce more maize, more coffee. That is what we need to see change in our midst. And look at what happens around every day. I'm sure it happens to all of you. Every day people are coming to you to say, I want school fees for my children. But when he's going to produce all these children, he doesn't come to you to ask whether he should produce the children or not. So this is something very interesting. I remember, maybe since we're in Mbarara now, you may all know my brother Ngoma Ngime. When my brother Ngoma Ngime was appointed RDC, we used to have a problem with some people in the village. But in their mindset, when you are RDC, you have authority. After that, he resolved all the issues that we had. Similarly, again, being in Mbarara, you know that any Munyankole who wants to progress must buy a cow. Is that really, that the way to go? Because a cow is prestigious, it defines who a wealthy Munyankole, a well-to-do Munyankole is. You know, but that is the old mindset. For you to be wealthy, you don't need cows. Possibly you need to be able to invest in some kind of property, in some kind of business. But you know, for people to see you out there successful, you must have cows. That is the mindset of a Munyankole. So what we need to do to transform society is change this mindset. Besides that, I remember visiting South Africa many years back, and after it opened up, and I found out that the blacks in South Africa were told you would never succeed. You always be subservient. And indeed, when you look at Africans everywhere, the 400 years of slavery lowered our dignity, and we continue to be in that manner. So for us to be able to transform our society, we must abandon that position and know that, yes, we are good enough, we are intelligent enough, and we can do good stuff. So that is really what I thought I should contribute to what we're discussing this morning. But Afande has been out there talking about this in so many times and so many ways, and I'm sure he'll give us the practical issues, some of which we've been facing as a country. And having at one stage been a political commissar, I'm sure he is the best person suited to discuss this topic this morning. Thank you so much, and I take this opportunity on your behalf to invite Afande to address us this morning. Back to your host.
Thank you so much, Professor, for that keynote word that really pushes us into our today's session. May I take this opportunity once again to, before we move further, to recognize the presence of Professor Mwezi, our Deputy Principal. I also recognize Dr. Waswa from Barara Referral Hospital, the representatives of Government Citizen Interaction Center, our heads of departments, Dr. Mutebi, Dr. Vaira Mpangwire, and Dr. Nkote on call, and also Professor Laura Orobia on this call. We don't take it for granted. We appreciate your participation always in these Tuesdays sessions. Thank you very much. At this particular moment, allow me, because of time, in the interest of time, invite our guest speaker, Brigadier General Felix Kulayigye. You are most welcome, and we are honored to have you this morning in this particular session. Over to you, General.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Thank you for those kind remarks, Professor Walunywa. And good morning, all of you, my audience. It's an honor and a pleasure to share knowledge, however limited it may be. And it's humbling when I'm dealing with the academic giants, when me am modestly educated. As Professor put it, I was amused here when he was saying, yes, the cow is prestigious, but those who are producing children don't consult you. When it comes to school fees, they come running. They actually feel entitled to what you have. Others even argue that you are well because God blessed you to be well in their family, and then you help them. Whether that's true or not, that's a different matter. Now, back to the subject of the day. First of all, I need moderator. I know Banyankole and Bachiga call me Kulayigye, but I'm Kulayigye with an E. And you always have issues of pronouncing the name Felix. You call me Felix. But see, that's called mother tongue interference. I forgive. Now, they have tried to define what the mindset is in the WhatsApp he sent around. So I will not waste a lot of time on defining mindset. But suffice to say, it is the set of ideas that govern you. It's the assumptions you make about your life and what you do. Your understanding of people. Do you take them to be human beings that have feelings, or they are simply tools to be used? But that will also depend on how you appreciate yourself. Are you a robot or you're a human being? If you're a human being, then you must have 3 dimensions: the mind, the body, and the spirit. Now, the spirit, the body feeds on physical food. That's how it gets nourished. The mind feeds on knowledge. And as you, my audience, may know, the African is not very famous for seeking for knowledge. And that's why many times rumors move faster, because we are not enthusiastic about investigating the truth of whatever we have heard. So we run around with what we have heard. And as a consequence, our brains get starved or malnourished. In fact, that's why many of the older people, as they grow old, the first thing that dies is the brain, because it was never developed to its full capacity. So the third dimension, the spirit, feeds on moral knowledge. Moral knowledge is acquired from the holy books, from culture, from society values and norms. As you may notice, all of you, we seem to have run away from our moral compass. Doesn't matter which society you're talking about. Among the Banyankwe, there are do's and don'ts. They actually had a term called Obutahemuka, that you must not do something because you will be seen as an outlaw in society. Today, some people think it is actually an advantage. It's being, you will be a hero if you look out of norm. No wonder the dreadlocks, no wonder the, just look at the things people are doing today that originally was seen as if whoever did them was abnormal. And for me, I want to address the spiritual aspect. Not that I'm going to preach, but rather I want to say that the driving factor for any business should shift from profit motivation alone, not my words, because the aim of business is profit anyway. But when you make profit motivation as the only driving factor, then you will be reckless, you will be ruthless, you will be crushing others so that you remain alone in the business. And there you are pursuing to be a monopolist, and therefore you want to be the only one in the business, in which case you not give value, you not give quality business, whether a service or goods that you are trading in. So it's important that you determine what's your driving factor. Is it answering a need, or indeed you are after profit? But as you go to business, what is your talent? Do you have a nose for profit? If you have a nose for profit, it means you understand yourself, because you must understand yourself, you must understand your environment before you go into a particular line of business. Minus knowledge of your business, of your environment, minus full appreciation of who you are, then you'll be gambling. It's Sun Tzu who said, know yourself, know your enemy. Know his weaknesses, know his strength. Know your weaknesses, know your strength. Because it's from knowing your strength vis-a-vis the weaknesses of those either already in the business or those around you that will make you a solid businessman or woman. So you must know where your strength lies. Is it in human relations? Is it in seeing a profitable angle that others have not seen? That's where you should concentrate, where you are strong. And where you are weak, endeavor to learn from others. In fact, it's always important to do self-evaluation about yourself and the others. Then ask yourself your strengths over them. What is it that I have that they don't have? And exploit that strength to your advantage. check for what they lack, provide it. Because human nature is such that they always look for solutions. And many people look for solutions from others, not from themselves. See yourself as a solution provider in that particular area that is lacking. So what are you bringing on board? Is it your looks or your skill or your innovativeness? The bottom line, there must be something unique about you. And the uniqueness is not about looking at others, it's examining your own internal strength and bring it out. Now, I come to a controversial area. Are you after profit or you are after addressing a need that you have seen in society? When somebody saw there was a need for light, he invented a bulb. When another saw there was a need to move far distances, he invented the steam engine. What are you addressing as a businessman that is coming on board? Are you copying others because they are doing business and they have seen them prospering? Or you have seen a need, identified it, studied it, and therefore derived the solution? Because if you are driven by profit, like I said, you can be reckless if you have no moral compass. But if you are driven by by the desire to address a need, then you wish to serve God and humanity. And as a result, you will have a passion for what you are doing. There is a difference between profit motivation alone and answering a need. When you're after self-motivation, profit for yourself, you'll be addressing your own desire, your id, your ego. Whereas if you are driven by desire to address a need, you'll be driven by what you think God created you for, what you think is your calling in society. When you look, I'm going to talk about you. When you look at Professor Balunywa, right from the time I was at university, you see a man who had a drive to make a difference. Not necessarily profit, I didn't understand, maybe I misunderstood him, but from the time he was in Makerere main campus, you saw a man driven by a desire to create a difference, to create a brand for the department he was heading. No wonder it has grown the way it has, and no wonder he got so much resistance. By the way, if you are not resisted, you know you are nothing. When you get resistance, despite the goodness of the things you are doing, thank God for it and soldier on. So once you have this motivation, then you create a brand. Your desire will be to create a brand so that the brand will speak for you. Even when you advertise, the brand will be simply, rather the advert will simply enriching the brand you have created. Where are you going? To so and so's business or so and so's shop, so and so's company. There you will get best services. So when you create a brand, rather you create a brand by having a passion for what you do, a passion for your clients or customers, a passion for the outcome of what you are doing. Next point, information. There is no way you can be resilient in business unless you have information about the business you are doing, about your market, about the coming innovations, about the coming challenges. You must read the climate in the business world. You must read the physical climate, because this affects business. You must understand the government policies, especially fiscal policy. You must understand the monetary policies, because if you don't understand those, then you will be affected by the environment outside your business world, because government exists with or without you in terms of your businesses. So you must understand what it wants from you, what expects is expected of you, but two, also what you should expect from government. Because government must create environment for you. Stability, infrastructure, that's government responsibility. In fact, if there is stability, you have a right to demand for stability or for security. So you must appreciate the environment you're operating in. So gather information, share this information with others, then disseminate what is good about you. I was hearing what the business school is doing. Disseminate what is about you. What is it that others should look for from you that others don't have? That makes you known. Actually, the question is, does the people out there know what you are doing? That is also important. Then the marketing aspect. It's not only about having a nice premise. You must have a nice face when you're talking to people. There must be a smile. One of the biggest challenges I've seen in this country is the service industry. Why? We tend to employ relatives. Relatives have 3 spirits. First spirit, self-entitlement. This is ours. After all, you have to employ me. He's my brother or she's my sister. Secondly, they have the spirit of malice. Why him? So what do? They do PhD. Pull him down or pull her down. Instead of building the business that builds them together, they only want to do things the wrong way. No wonder Warren Buffett said, when you're looking for personnel, you're looking for 3 things: character, brains, and labor. But he said, if the first one is missing, don't bother about the others. However energetic the person may be, however intelligent the person may be, if the person does not have character, please avoid the individual. So it's important that when you're giving a service, the people you employ share your vision, number 1. Number 2, understand the importance of this business to them before even you talk about yourself, to them. And then lastly, what it means for them if they are going to continue employed. So demand for standard, demand for performance. But when you bring cheap labor because you want to get profit, you must increase your supervision. If you bring relatives because you must create jobs for your family members, then you must have a supervisor that is not related to them. And therefore, empower this supervisor to perform for you. So it's important that people have a moral drive if you are bringing them in, because they will borrow or they will learn from the environment they have found. If they find you are cutthroat, you are ruthless, then they will either be ruthless like you or they will undermine you. But if they find you are driven by a desire to serve society, to improve things, they also will learn from you and what is expected of them. Then the point I want to, as I come near my ending, how do you deal with the challenges? First and foremost, there is a need to do daily assessment of your business, not in terms of only the figures, but also think over how did I deal with my customers today? How did I deal with my clients today? What should I have done better? Where did I go wrong? Because it is about the way you perform that brings back your clients. It's about how you dealt with the people that they will come to your business and not the other one. So daily assessment is very important about your performance. Compete with yourself, not with others, as the main strategy. Self-competition means you must look for improvement every day. And it comes from that daily assessment. If you don't assess yourself, then you can't know where you went wrong, you can't know your weaknesses, you can't seek for improvement. Check, what do I do better than the others? In other words, if I was the customer, why should I come to my business and not go to the other one? In security, it's particularly VIP security, we are encouraged to imagine you are the enemy. If I was the enemy, which weakness would I exploit to achieve my objective? Similarly, in business, you ought to know, why should someone come to me and not go to the other one? And by the way, excuse me, besides speaking well, let your staff look friendly and presentable. I can tell you the human weakness, they love to look at beautiful things. When you have had some young women and beautiful ladies that are serving your clients, more will come again. But apparently in this country, we love advertising using ugly faces only. There is a billboard I used to find at Kusaka roundabout for many months, and you find the faces were not the best. And I wondered, are these the best we can produce in this country? Don't you have indeed good looking people that we can use in our adverts? So people want to see good things, and therefore the people you have to serve your clients must be pleasant, both in conduct and in appearance. So in your assessment, the last thing I want to mention, what have you added to your line of business? What is it that you can say, if I had not come, like researchers in science, one will say, if it was not for me to have discovered this, then the world would not have known about it. What is it that you say, or you'll be proud of, that I added this, or I brought this on board, otherwise people in this business would never have known? In conclusion, Mr. Moderator, self-assessment is a product of self-appreciation. Understand who you are, understand where you are, understand where you want to go, understand who will take you there, and how you succeed in what you want to do. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Brigadier General Felix Kulayigye. The name, sometimes you'll forgive us, sometimes we really fail to pronounce certain names because of our backgrounds. But at this particular moment, thank you so much. This is really a wonderful presentation about the mindset. I think, fellow comrades, this is a very educative presentation this morning, in particular about ourselves. For example, MOOBS Mbarara Regional Campus, which is a branch of the giant of the MOOBS main campus. I think we really we have to learn a lot from this such kind of presentation, self-assessment, and also knowing that it is not only about being a MOOBS Makerere University Business School, but also to understand that we need to serve our clients. And this one augurs well with Peter Drucker's statement when he says that the first impression matters a lot, because we never get an opportunity to create the second impression. And also the presentation of the Brigadier General, I really don't know how our comrades will really understand it. We need to bore a leaf in it and see self-competition. How do we should assess ourselves when we are serving our customers, especially the front desk people there. I think, as he mentioned, he says that the facial appearance when you are serving a customer is very crucial. So let's ourselves also benchmark on such kind of presentations. Remember, we are focusing on business resilience, and these are the reasons why we brought in such kind of presentations from industrial base, so that we theoretically, as a school, we blend in a lot so as to perfect our teaching from different subjects. Again, we need to also look at his presentation still. I think you agree with me that it has really fit where it fits well in the Drake theory about the mindset. And if you explore more, you find that the presentation really aligns well with it. Different people on the call. I think in particular lecturers who are here, let's borrow a lot from there. This particular time, allow me to invite again to go into the Q&A session, which will be guided by Diaz Kadugala. And I believe most of the most of the questions, in my own opinion, they are more of supplements and actually inquisitive questions, maybe to see how do we really fit into such a kind of presentation. Thank you so much once again, Brigadier General. And let me invite the Diaz Kadugala to guide us into this session of Q&A, if at all there are any questions and other curious issues that people would really want to raise. Over to you, Mr. Diaz Kadugala.
Thank you so much, our host, for giving me yet another opportunity to take you through this Q&A session. Ladies and gentlemen on call, feel free to type your question in the chat. I'll be able to read it out. You can also put up your electronic hand, then you will be given an opportunity either to ask a question or give at least a contribution. But at least I have seen so many compliments in the chat. To you, Afande Felix, wow, it's quite amazing. Thank you so much for this wonderful presentation. The number of times I have had the opportunity to interact with you, you have been my role model. Thank you, thank you. Before I read some questions, I don't know if you don't mind, we have only thank you so much, Afande. I am seeing compliments here, people appreciating. Thank you so much. I am seeing a question. Thank you, thanks a lot. General personally was operating towards profit, employing fellow youth, and promoting clean production of green environment. So I am really motivated by your talk. That one is not a question, but just a compliment. Thank you so much. And it is from Daphne in Mbabazi. Ben Boy, he's saying, thanks, Brigadier General, for this wonderful presentation. That is also a compliment. I have not seen any other question.
No, it's me. I've seen a question here on the screen.
Oh, all right, all right.
How do you deal with witchcraft? And I want to answer that one. You know, if there is any field that I have seen people resorting to witchcraft, it's especially two areas: politics and the business. When there is an election, the traditional medicine men or the traditional doctors, not those who give herbs, but those who deal with the spiritual world, become very popular. Equally, business people think if you don't go to the shrine and they put something either under the door or above the entrance of their business, then they want to make profit. Like I said earlier, it's again about the motivation. If you are motivated purely by profit, then you'll do whatever it takes. You may even eat what is uneatable because I've said to bring you luck. There is nothing as important as acknowledging that you have gone to business because God created you as a businesswoman, as a businessman. I believe my calling is to share knowledge. And here you are. See the audience I have. How much have I paid to have it other than a few shillings of bundles? So when you pursue God's plan and purpose for your life, you will succeed. And whoever brings witchcraft, it will bounce, it will fail.
Thank you so much, Afande. I am seeing a hand from Professor, our chief mentor. May you please go ahead and speak to us. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that really MOVES has offered 4 scholarships for the Masters in Leadership and Governance to the UPDF and 2 PhDs still in leadership. And what we are trying to do is make a contribution to the development of leadership in UPDF so that they can have capacity in their own staff colleges to talk about leadership and strategy. So, Felix Kulayigye, I am looking forward to your application for the PhD in the very near future. And if it means that I request you specifically to study, you know that I have capacity to do that. Please pass our warm regards to everybody in the forces. I just thought that information is important to understand our changing contribution to the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of time, as usual, everything good cannot really be consumed continuously. Today's session was so grateful to us as MOVES. May I take this opportunity just for the sake of really, so that we end our today's session. Let me request Professor Kisime Richard to give us a closing remark in line with today's topic. Professor, over to you.